Feist and Hank Goldberg from Las Vegas. Hank, congratulations. You had the Nationals. You pegged them early, and with that pitching staff, boy, they can go a long way.
Yeah, just their pitching staff. I mean, they got off to, in a couple of their games, they got off to big starts with, they scored 7 runs in the first inning yesterday.
Yep, they did.
They got a lot of timely hits in those games, too. So, in addition to their pitching, they've been hitting the ball pretty well, particularly with the guy's second lineup.
Yeah, they've been rocking and rolling, that's for sure. It's going to be a hell of a World Series. Looks like they're going to get some rest now because the Yankees and Astros are playing game 4 today. If they get it in, it's supposed to be rain in New York, and they said it's a 100% chance of rain. I guess it depends on how bad it is and how long it lasts, but it's supposed to be really bad.
Well, the Yankees have been getting pretty good pitching in their series.
Yeah, they have.
And Cole had 7 really strong innings yesterday, which was expected. And to win against Verlander, and they went extra innings with him, and they just couldn't come up with any hits against their bullpen to get 2 runs against Verlander. So, their pitching staff is held up pretty well in this series. They got their win against Greinke, and they'll probably beat him again when his turn comes up, if it turns up now, if there's a rain out.
True. A big football weekend starting tomorrow. And anything in the football card, either college that you're interested in talking about?
Well, Kansas City is getting healthy in their receiving. They're getting their receivers healthy, which is going to have to help their passing game. Go into Denver. They're not going to face a team that's going to dominate them as much as Houston did by keeping the so that their offense isn't going to be sitting watching very long against the Denver Denver offense. So I think that Kansas City deserves to be favored in that game. And I think that Denver's defense will be in a lot of trouble against a Kansas City offense that's healthy. They're going to have all the receivers active that they need to work with that quarterback. And if he's got all his weapons around, he's going to be tough to beat wherever they play. And then the Rams made the deal. Ramsey, the cornerback, and they got rid of Peters. And so those 2 corners who were supposed to be so good for the Rams are both gone. And in getting Ramsey, their pass defense, but there's still issues on the offensive side of the ball that haven't gone away. And so, let's see about Oakland and Green Bay. The Raiders have been playing pretty well. The Giants host Arizona. I think the Giants are going to team that the Giants can beat, and they're a slight favorite at home. Arizona going on the road to the East Coast, I don't have a lot of faith in that. Indianapolis and Houston, it's kind of a pick'em situation. Houston on the road again this week. That's a tough game. Minnesota, Detroit. Boy, did Detroit get robbed the other night.
Yeah, they did.
But about Detroit and their quarterback. He doesn't deliver in the red zone, and he never has, particularly in games that mean something. And as much as they rave about that quarterback, that's always been an issue with him. And I've always pointed that out about him. And so when they get into games such as the one they were in, not only did they get robbed, but they got in the red zone 5 times and either didn't score or field goals.
Oh, yeah.
And so they came up a little bit short, but they still had the game taken away from them by the officials. That was a disgrace.
Yeah, the league has a problem with that. We all do.
That crew, by the way, that's that same crew that always messes up. They got to get rid of those guys and find some younger officials.
I'd agree with any kind of change they try to make because we need to improve it. Oakland's getting some money, by the way, Hank. That was a 6.5. That was a 6.5 point line. I'm seeing a lot of 5.5s now.
Well, Green Bay hasn't been wowing anybody with their defense. Detroit didn't move the ball up and down the field until they got in the red zone. They ran the ball effectively against them. But Green Bay has a good run. Oakland doesn't defend the run all that well. We'll see. The Rams are playing Atlanta. There's some real disappointing teams this year. The Rams in Atlanta are 2 of them right now. Tennessee is another one. Tennessee's making a change at quarterback. They're going to go with Tannehill this week against the Chargers. Tennessee, they felt that Tannehill got some offense going. For all the issues they have at quarterback, last week was the first game in which they had to turn the ball over, and that was at Denver. The Bears are playing New Orleans at home, slight favorite, and Kamara has some ankle issues. Practice this week very much. He still hasn't scored a touchdown this year, which I didn't realize until they brought it up this week. And he can't practice. And he's a key element to their offense. And they're deep in games right now. And now they go against the Chicago defense that has to be pretty ticked off at the way they failed on their trip to London. And then there's the Dallas-Philadelphia game. Both these beat up. Well, Dallas now not only has problems on offense, but 3 defensive starters who went out in the game last week. And they're not going to play this week. So not only do they with their offensive tackles and who still are uncertain, maybe they'll get one back, maybe not. They're both day to day. But defensively, they've lost 3 key defense. And they're really a mess. And Philadelphia coach says they're going there to win. They still have their secondary backed up with at least 3 starters out. And now they've lost an offensive tackle in Peters. He's not going to be able to play this week. So both of those teams are, that's survival of the fittest. And New England is playing the Jets.
Yeah, New England has their share of injuries as well.
Not on the defensive side of the ball.
No, offense. The Jets did a job on Dallas last week, but I don't know if they could do that against New England.
Well, the one thing about the Jets' offense, pretty much single-dimensional. They don't have a running game. They average 3 yards per carry on the ground. And when Belichick, who's got 3 extra days to prepare for this game, takes a hard look at single dimensions, that's bad news for a single-dimensional offense.
It sure is. You didn't mention one game that I'm kind of interested in what you think about this Baltimore-Seattle game. Russell Wilson's been amazing. They're 3.5 point favorite over Baltimore, who's traveling to the West Coast to play this game. So far, what do you think of Lamar Jackson?
Well, he had a big game last week, but that was against Cincinnati, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, this isn't Cincinnati, Mr. Jackson, and it seems he has not been effective as a passer. I'll tell you something. Seattle is playing great ball. Russell Wilson is having as good a year as he's ever had. And Pete Carroll has really been on the defensive side of the ball. I think Baltimore's got some problems going out there to play. I don't think Jackson will have a big game.
I don't think he'll have a big game either. And it will, according to advanced weather report, it should be rainy. And that might further complicate things, but you never know how that
doesn't
goes.
Complicate things for Wilson. He's playing in all kinds of weather, and he's playing great. And so far, nobody's been able to stop him.
Yeah,
they're a factor.
He's an amazing quarterback. He's having an amazing year. Yeah, this is going to be great. Is there anything in college that's...
No, not really. It's just a bunch of games.
But a bunch of opportunities to win some money, which is always good.
Yeah, sure. But, there's no great attraction asking me about.
I imagine the Penn State Michigan game has some interest. You got a 5-1 team against a 6-0 team. That's going to have some interest. When you got Temple and SMU, there's only one loss between them. I mean, there's not great marquee games. You're right, but there are some.
Well, Temple's a very good football team that people are overlooking.
Yeah, that line opened up 6.5. It's up to 7.5 now. SMU's favored at home, ranked 21st in the country. Yeah. There's we got Auburn and Arkansas. Auburn has the one loss now, which I'm sure they're not very happy about, coming off that. Oklahoma, West Virginia, big game, 33-point line there.
Yeah, you're just bringing up games, you can bet on them. So, whatever your opinion is, that's why, people will be interested. Oregon has a big game against Washington. That's probably as good a matchup as you'll find on the card.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, there's a lot of games, a lot of betting opportunities. There's some soft spots in there we'll take advantage of. And anything else before we close it off, Hank, for today?
2 weeks from Friday is the Breeders' Cup at Santa Anita. And that'll, they're trying to figure out who's coming over from Europe right now. It's a big scramble among the 3-year-olds, and the Classic, it'll be a good race. That's about it.
All right, Hank, have a great day today, and we'll talk to you again on Friday. And thanks for today.
Okay, great. Let's have another good week.
You're right, man. You were hot as hell last week, and we just...
I went 4-1 in the contest, and I passed 270 people.
No kidding. Wow. Well, you keep doing that, you'll be on top.
Well, what was interesting about last week, only 3 home teams won.
No kidding.
So a lot of people faded, but there's one guy in this contest who's 27-3.
Oh yeah, I saw that. The other one, there were 2 of them tied, but the one had a bad week, and the other swept the board, didn't he?
I guess, I don't know.
Yeah.
I just looked at the standings.
That's amazing. 27-3. Holy jeez.
But
wow.
I had the one bad week, and it put me behind. So I'm 5 games out of third place right now.
Well, you're doing what you did 2 years ago when you were in the top 10 or 20 all year long. You're exactly right there. You're right near the top.
Well, not really, because I took a big whack when I went 1-4, and that knocked me way back. So I went 4-1 last week, and that and I passed a whole bunch of people. If I can get another 4-1 week this week or better, I'm going to pass another 150 people at least. So
keep it up, man. Keep it up.
That puts you right in the hunt.
Well, it'd be nice if you got that $1.4 or $1.5 million check.
Well, I'm not getting that. that guy's too far ahead right now.
You never know. He might go on a bad streak. Who knows? But you're a long shot to get that. But 600,000 or 800,000 for second or third wouldn't be bad.
There's a lot of guys up there who are at right now. He's at 27, and then it drops off. The next group is at 23.5.
And how many do
There's three guys at 23.5.
And how many do you have?
I'm at 18.
All right, so you're right there. Just keep
That's
it up.
50%.
We got a long way to go. We got another 10 weeks of NFL. So.
Oh, yeah. I mean, if you're at 65% or better, you're going to get paid.
Right.
A substantial amount of money. So.
All right, Hank, good luck this week. Well, we'll talk to you again on Friday, but have a good one.
All right, Jim. Have
Bye-bye.
a good day.
You too. Bye-bye. And don't forget, when you go to the website, jimfeist.com, you can get Hank's plays and mine red hot in football and baseball. And again, you can sign up for a free play each and every day, and you can also